Hello everyone, we are back with Podcast with Summarize, and today we have one of the esteemed advocates from Supreme Court of India, Ma'am Prachi Pratap. So ma'am, can you give us a brief about yourself and to our viewers?
Hi, I'm Prachi, and law was not a planned part of my journey. In fact, most of the things that I did was not planned part. I did history honors, then I did MBA finance from Australia. I did history honors in Delhi University, then did MBA. Then I did law purely by the fact that I just wanted to learn to read laws, to understand law, and practicing law was not part of my plan at that time, even when I was studying. Eventually, after studying and after getting a law degree, it started to grow up on me, and one day I decided I want to actually practice. And along with litigation, I'm more keen on spreading legal awareness, on ensuring that people are able to understand law and to use it, because when I was not a lawyer, I felt that I faced difficulty in even understanding the basic language of the law.
So you just, as you mentioned, you did your grad in history honors, right? How did you switch to MBA and then to law? There's three
Life has
different.
been unplanned. It's always about whatever I like in the moment, I'm going to do it. And I live with the view that, of course, I've been given one life and I want to experience a lot of other things. I've done social work,
Right.
I've worked with magazine, I have worked in foundry, I have done a lot of things. And litigation I enjoy, but I'm still in it more for empowerment and to experience myself expand, see myself expanding, not just as a lawyer, but to expand into letting people know more about their rights. So history is a good base to be a lawyer, but it is not something I stick to. And my life has always been scattered about what I feel is my purpose in the moment.
So, you did your graduation from Delhi University. So, how was the experience like in DU?
TU was amazing. South Campus I studied in Gargi College, and I find Delhi University gives you a broader view of the world because people from all over India are there.
Right.
They're bringing their own cultural experience, social experiences, and their bigger dreams. So the interactions are amazing, and I'm surprised when I talk to my friends now who were from college. A lot of them are not doing what they studied, but they have expanded themselves into doing some amazing things, and I think that is one thing you definitely find in Delhi University. I don't know how it is now, but that is my personal experience.
Right.
That people just branch out and blossom into whoever they choose to be.
So, I'm a graduate from All Girls College, Delhi University only, Kalindi College, and Gargi is also All Girls College. So, do you think there's a difference, pursuing from a All Girls College and from a co-ed college, especially if, talking about DU?
Yes, I think all girls is definitely more narrow in terms of your interactions and connections and networks, if we say that. But personally, I feel I was happy that I was in an all girls college because जिस तरह का माहौल है और जिस तरह से लोग I would just say जैसे lewd comments होते हैं या जिस तरह की चीज़ें होती हैं. If I was in co-ed, there would have been a lot of issues with me taking pangas with people. I knew that. So.
There's some sense of comfort, and when girls are all around.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that I say that women should be in an all girls. I think co-ed is very good, and that is how it should be. But yeah, since we have the option, we can exercise it. I know there are a lot of places where all girls college and all boys colleges options are not there. All girls, all boys schools are not there, but. It's good. I personally found the experience nice, and I made some really amazing friends. And if I had to do it again, I would do it again.
Right. So, ma'am, are you the first lawyer of your family?
My sister is the first lawyer of our family.
Right.
My elder sister Pallavi, and she's an amazing lawyer, fabulous. She has made it really big on her own without mentors, without guides, and fabulous lawyer she is. So she's one of the reasons I would say, or inspirations why I chose litigations, because she's my first experience to litigation. Outside of there's outside there are people, but other than that, she was the first one I saw. And yeah, but other than that, we are all first generation lawyers. My brother Dr. Prashant and me and my sister.
So, personally speaking, जब मैं बोलती हूँ ना कि lawyers का है, like if I want to pursue lawyers, so my family was like नहीं, लड़कियों का नहीं है वो करियर या वो ज़्यादा परस्यू नहीं करती इन कंपैरिजन टू मैन. So what's your take on that? Like, how did your family reacted to when you wanted to
My
pursue?
father always wanted, he wanted to be a lawyer, but he became a doctor. And when my sister had, of course, enrolled for law before me, and she was, the topper of the university. I'm not a topper person because I'm more of a research person, not academically inclined to just towards grades. Anyhow, so my father was always keen that we all should be, intelligent enough to understand things, to be able to face life. He made us very bold, and he was very happy that we all decided to study law or practice it at some point. And what you mentioned about लड़कियों को नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए, वकील नहीं बनना चाहिए, was I would come to that. My grandmother did study law. She did not practice. She retired as a vice principal from a government school. मगर एक mindset होता था पहले, अभी भी है कि वकील से शादी नहीं करनी, अगर वकील लड़की है तो घर में प्रॉब्लम करेगी. अभी I was just 2 days ago did a training for 150 SIs in Delhi police, and I was surprised to see that there were at least 30-40% women SIs were there. So उस training में one of the member of parliament was also part of the training, who was also conducting the training. She said कि पहले ऐसा होता था कि लोग चाहते नहीं थे कि बेटी पुलिस में जाए, कि पुलिस वाली लड़की को घर में नहीं लाएंगे शादी करके. Now that mindset is changing, more women are joining, and the society also needs more female police officers, and society also needs more female lawyers because they are definitely more empathetic and they are more efficient. Women are more efficient in every field, and if we have 50% women in everything that they are doing, you will see that social issues change.
Right.
Workplaces become safer. Because हो क्या रहा है, वॉश वगैरह जो चीज़ें हैं सब में यही तो दिक्कत है ना कि more women are not there.
Yeah. जी. So as like we just talked about कि male dominated career है थोड़ा सा, तो have you ever felt like some sort of biasness?
Absolutely.
Is there any case or any incident that happened to
And
you?
I will not point any incident because that will not be good. However, I would just say that मेल डोमिनेटेड हर फील्ड है.
हाँ, agree.
बस एक ही फील्ड नहीं है. होम मेकर्स, हाउसवाइफ, दैट इज नॉट. वर्किंग मॉम्स बोला जाता है, वर्किंग डैड्स नहीं बोला जाता है. माय डॉटर ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू से दैट वर्किंग मॉम्स आर जस्ट टेकिंग मैटरनिटी लीव, दैट इज जस्ट एज अ करियर गैप. एवरीथिंग इन दिस वर्ल्ड इज मेल डोमिनेटेड. तो वकालत में भी मेल डोमिनेटेड, बहुत मेल डोमिनेटेड प्रोफेशन है, क्योंकि थोड़ा सा वुमेन अगर अग्रेसिव नहीं होगी, बोल नहीं होगी, तो वो उसकी सुनी नहीं जाएगी. मेल डोमिनेटेड इसलिए भी है. Right in this place, I did an interview couple of years ago, and I said that women are paid less, women lawyers are paid less. मेरी ही एडवाइस के लिए, मेरे ही एक्सपीरियंस का कोई और लड़का होगा वो ज़्यादा चार्ज करेगा, आदमी ज़्यादा चार्ज करेगा. When I asked that, they will not give because somehow they think that my intelligence is not worth it, right? But then I have learned over the years that I'm not going to do free consultations. I'm going to ask what's my worth. डॉक्टर के पास जाएंगे तो उसको तो पैसा दे के इलाज कराएंगे, वकील के पास आएंगे तो फ्री कंसल्टेशन मांगेंगे. नो वुमन शुड डू दैट.
So ma'am, since we have come this far in the podcast, I'm personally thinking that you are very vocal about women rights.
I'm vocal about human rights, also men's rights also.
So for coming to that, so we recently got to know about Atul Subhash's case. And since it captured the main media, जिससे कि लोगों को पता लगे कि क्या क्या हो रहा है, and especially the matrimonial cases, do you feel कि women को ज़्यादा like priority दी गई है from the judicial system in the matrimonial cases? Like they are given safety and everything, जो भी rules regulations होते हैं, जो भी उनके laws उनके लिए हैं, but उतने ही comparatively male के लिए नहीं है.
Absolutely, that's right. I definitely agree with that because just a couple of months ago I was doing a podcast and I was telling that there are a lot of fake cases. In fact, men suffer a lot. It is not reported क्योंकि जो rights हैं वो women को दिए गए थे, मगर जिनको उसकी ज़रूरत है वो यूज़ नहीं कर पाते हैं. वो अपने domestic abusive relationship में रहते हैं, उनको voice नहीं है, और मैक्सिमम मैं देखती हूँ वो लोग यूज़ करते हैं जो उसको मिसयूज़ करने के लिए यूज़ करते हैं as some of the judgments have said that they have used it as an assassin's weapon instead of a shield. No, women no longer use it as a shield. I wouldn't say no longer, but a lot of women do not use it as a shield. ठीक, तो there are a lot of fake cases. I also come across a lot of fake cases. Atul Subhash has opened the eyes of the country. उसके बाद 2 और ऐसे cases हुए right after that. And अभी एक और case चल रहा था where a woman who's an IIT IIM graduate, उसका नाम अपने brother के साथ उसकी भाभी ने लगा रखा है case में. तो she's not able to get jobs because what happens is background searches में पूरे आ जाता है कि ये record है. Anyhow, so yes, laws that were made to empower women are now being misused. And I always urge more women to not and even lawyers कि ऐसे false cases नहीं होने चाहिए because जिनको असली में ज़रूरत है when we keep crying the wolf जिसको असली में ज़रूरत है वो नहीं इस्तेमाल कर पाएगा. Right.
सो मैम सिंस ये वाला केस बहुत ज़्यादा मीडिया में ओपन हो गया था एंड लोग अपनी ही बातें बना रहे थे, यू नो द मीडिया ट्रायल वाज क्रेजी आउट देयर, लाइक जो कि एक्चुअल बात होगी भी नहीं, वो कह रहे थे कि नहीं यही है. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ एक्यूजेशन इट वाज लाइक कि दिस इज अ डिसाइडेड थिंग कि हाँ यही हुआ होगा. सो लाइक what is your take on the media trials? Like, how do they hamper the judgment of a case or incident?
Absolutely, media trial is the worst thing. I'm not saying India faces. That is something that the whole world is facing. We have seen it in so many cases everywhere over the years. I think over the 30 years I remember. Yes, absolutely. अतुल सुभाष केस में भी क्योंकि अभी सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने भी बोला था कि इसको मीडिया ट्रायल में लाया जाए. We should not call that lady as because unless the facts are proved, you cannot actually treat somebody as accused. I mean, the person is accused, but you cannot say that they are convicted or something, right? Secondly, media trial में नीलेश नवलखा का एक जजमेंट था पहले जिसमें कि गाइडलाइंस दी गई थी कि मीडिया कैसे रिपोर्टिंग करेगा. However, that is not followed. And in R.K. Anand case, it was first time it was held that what happens is कि जो right to freedom of speech है and right to fair trial. Media trial में क्या होता है कि दोनों में conflict आ जाता है. So we don't want those happening. And but of course because of ratings and more publicity and catching TRPs getting on the bandwagon, people are doing it. However, it is absolutely right and ethics and moralities become एक ही हद तक enforce कर सकते हैं. Other than that, it's their own moral compass कि उनको नहीं करना चाहिए. But everybody wants to get in the limelight, riding at the back of some incident that happened. So I think laws तो एक चीज़ है but moralities भी होनी चाहिए because it is what is happening is it's painting somebody bad in everybody's image and that's wrong.
True. So ma'am, have you watched Jolly LLB?
I have seen that.
So वो ना एक मूवी थी जिससे लोगों को पता लगा कि एविडेंसेस हैम्पर कैसे होते हैं, लाइक कैसे हो सकते हैं, फिर होते होंगे तो उनको पता नहीं लगता. So like have you ever come across a case or like do you know about any case कि जहाँ पे आपको पता था कि वो एविडेंस उसके पास है but till the time वो कोर्ट में आया, प्रोसीडिंग्स में आया, वो it just vanished somehow?
See, that happens. I'm not saying in a bigger case it might happen. It even happens in a smaller cases, right? That happens. बहुत सी ऐसी चीज़ें होती हैं कि हमें पता है कि दूसरे बंदे के पास होगा. I'm not going to point at a certain case, but कल ही एक केस था जिसमें the woman had to submit some documents and she just went ahead and said हाँ मैंने submit कर रखा है. However, the judge said you have not submitted it. Go through the file in front of me, and then it was revealed she had not submitted it. And we know that she had it. तो ऐसा होता है बहुत बार कि लोगों के पास होगा वो उसको रिकॉर्ड पे नहीं लाते हैं. और ऐसा और भी होता है कि where we feel कि दूसरे बंदे के पास जैसे something as simple as matrimonial case में भी मान लीजिए कि आपको पता है कि आपके husband, woman knows that the husband has a property, but the husband अपने बहुत बार ऐसा होता है वो अपनी मदर पे या फादर के नाम पे ट्रांसफ़र कर देते हैं डिवोर्स के बाद में. तो हमें पता है कि उनके पास है, तो एविडेंस हम कोर्ट से बोलते हैं कि वो उसको ऑन द रिकॉर्ड मंगवाए. ठीक, एक ये इस तरह का एविडेंस हो जाता है, राइट. और जो दूसरा होता है जो आप क्रिमिनल मैटर्स में बोल रहे हैं कि होता है वो नहीं लाया जाता, दैट हैपन्स अ लॉट. बट देयर आर सेफगार्ड्स बिकॉज सी जुडिशरी ऑल्सो इज इंटेलिजेंट एंड दे नो द फैक्ट्स. एंड अगर उनको कभी कभी they can also deduce the facts, right? तो उस तरह से बहुत बार होता है कि they can ask for something to be put on record and if something is missing they can still corroborate.
सो दिस वॉज अबाउट लाइक कि एविडेंस आने वाला था एंड जस्ट मैनेज। ऐसा हुआ है कि कभी एविडेंस कभी था ही नहीं फ्रॉम द स्टार्ट, बट ऑल ऑफ अ सडन टिल द एक कुछ उसका जजमेंट आने वाला था एंड तभी
See,
कुछ आ गया।
that it doesn't happen like movies. Everything has to be done in a process.
Yeah.
Things that are on record, how they are being put on record, and last minute में judgment आने के बाद में कोई evidence. Movies do not follow the procedure of that.
So that's exactly why that I asked. So have you watched Suits?
I have not seen Suits, unfortunately. Fortunately, I mean, I've seen the memes and the reels that might have been sent to me, but I've never had the patience. I don't also have the patience to sit and follow through these.
Sure.
And Suits, I have heard, is not close to reality.
That's exactly my
I have
question
heard,
was. Like since I have watched it, so it's वो corporate lawyers का पूरा एक दिखाया है, and like the series is full of glamour and everything. Like everything happens in a jiffy, and like कोई certain steps नहीं है, कुछ like कोई प्रोसीजर नहीं किसी चीज़ का। दे आर लाइक कि अच्छा अभी जज को कॉल करते हैं and उसको बुलाते हैं and we'll do the
I
case
would not say
proceedings.
Suits. I haven't seen whatever I've heard or जो brief glimpses I've seen.
Yeah.
I would tell, since it's set in US, and I would just go ahead and say it. I'm married into a family of lawyers in US. My father-in-law was a lawyer. My nephew is a lawyer. My husband's family is 200 generations, 200 years. Say, every generation there is a lawyer.
Oh.
Yes, lesser known facts. So it's not glamorous at all.
Mm-hmm.
We have had attorney generals and lieutenant governors from our family, lawyers, governor from family lawyer, but हार्ड वर्क है। एंड एक चीज़ मैं बोलना चाहूँगी कि जितना ग्लैमरस दिखाते हैं उतना ग्लैमरस है नहीं। इनफैक्ट यूएस में काउंटी कोर्ट्स 8:30 AM पे शुरू हो जाते हैं। सो इमेजिन दैट लॉयर जब व्हेन आई एम हैंडलिंग अ केस इन यूएस, कोई बेल अरेंजमेंट मैटर है, इस तरह के क्रिमिनल अरेंजमेंट मैटर्स है, वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग से होने हैं, आई नो दैट आई हैव टू गेट ऑन द कॉल विद द यूएस लॉयर एट 6 AM इन द मॉर्निंग, बिकॉज वो 8:30 बजे तो वो काउंटी कोर्ट में जज के सामने खड़ा होगा। So it works differently there. It's a lot of hard work. It's not. I know a lot of people ask me the question, "Ma'am, US में practice करो." US practice भी उतना आसान नहीं है जितना इंडिया में भी नहीं आसान है। मेहनत तो उतनी करनी पड़ेगी। इंडिया वाला वकील भी संडे को वर्क कर रहा होता है, यूएस वाला वकील भी संडे को वर्क कर रहा होता है।
So ma'am, you just told that you are married into a family of lawyers. So I'm assuming कि clash of judgment होता होगा. Suppose you guys are discussing a case and you think of something else, like कि ये चीज़ें हो सकती हैं, and he thinks of something else, or your family thinks of something else. So does this happen?
Everybody has a right to their opinion. That
Yeah,
we agree. But that is just all the families. I mean, my siblings are lawyers, so we all hold different opinions in different matters. But that is quite acceptable because as lawyers, we also know that there's कोर्ट में आप एक दूसरे के अगेंस्ट होंगे, बाहर आके आप एक दूसरे से बहुत कॉर्डियली बात करेंगे, फ्रेंड्स भी जो हमारे होते हैं। सो आई थिंक वी द बेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ दिस प्रोफेशन इज वी लर्न टू रिस्पेक्ट द डिफरेंसेस।
So ma'am, so what kind of cases have you actually handled, like other than matrimonial or women rights?
We do all kinds of cases, criminal cases, constitution cases, service matters, matrimonial cases का इसलिए हम लोग ज़्यादा सुनने में आ जाता है बिकॉज उसमें हम वी सी दैट एवरेज वुमन के लाइफ में उसी में ज़्यादा राइट्स वायलेट हो रहे होते हैं उसमें और वर्क पे। सो दैट इज़ व्हाट कम्स टू, बट आवर practice does not revolve around it. That is a little part of the practice. The bigger part is service matters are there, environment matters are there, consumer disputes are there, company matters are there. So that is the bigger thing that we are dealing with. But the part of legal awareness that you said अब वो insolvency, bankruptcy का तो legal awareness नहीं हो जाएगा।
So ma'am, you just said कि आप criminal cases भी handle करते हैं. What was your first criminal case you handled?
Gosh, I don't remember. It was some long back.
Because criminal cases are some.
But we have come across all kinds of them. Over the years, whether it's NDPS cases हुए, murder cases हुए.
Is there any case? I would preferably talk about criminal because they just blow your mind whenever you read about criminal cases. Like जो आपको भी लगा होगी.
It was a very interesting case. Yes, there was a case where on the record the person was was the person was caught by police. NDPS का केस था, गांजा ले जा रहा था, पुलिस ने उसको अरेस्ट कर लिया था. बाद में the family was told he's been arrested. The family went to the police station. तब तक पता चला that he tried to escape and he was shot. And in the rush, the police, instead of showing the body to the family, उसको जला दिया था. ठीक है, ये सब बात हो गई. बाद में after few years पता चला there was something that came in the court और पता चला कि the बंदा तो अभी जिंदा है, बंदा तो जेल में है.
Oh.
And the family had moved habeas corpus. उसके बाद and the dead man walked into the court. He was still in the police custody.
So, who was the man then? They.
पता नहीं किसको जलाया था. So you know those are the, because it's a very old case. So you know when we got the file in the court, the lower court से file ऊपर तक आती है, जब Supreme Court में तब तक तो बहुत वक्त हो जाता है. But that was like, you know, when you're reading the file, like, this happened. So it's like you realize in law you realize that actually truth is stranger than fiction. Anything and everything is possible.
So family को पता ही नहीं था कि उनका
They had been told that he's dead and that he was, you know, उसका cremation हो गया था, but हुआ नहीं था.
Very interesting. So, मैम like आपने बाहर भी US में भी केसेस डील किए, इंडिया में भी करे हैं. So, like I'm not questioning the judicial system, but do you think कि US में बहुत जल्दी you know justice दे दिया जाता है या फिर उनको you know punishment सुना दी जाती है in comparison to Indian judicial system?
See, I would not say that absolutely US में जल्दी होता है.
But in some
yeah,
like,
I'll
majority.
I'll bring it to that. बहुत से ऐसे cases हैं, death penalty के cases हैं या long cases हैं जिसमें कि I wouldn't say they're under trials. They have been convicted and been kept, you know, in prison for a long time, but they're wrongfully convicted. ऐसे cases बहुत से आए हैं, and I've been, I'm not to say exactly work, but volunteered with some of those organizations जो wrongful convictions के लिए deal करते हैं, जिसमें कि wrongfully convicted इंसान 10 साल से जेल में, पता चला कि अरे वो तो wrongfully convicted था. Secondly, when you come to trial कि वहाँ पे जल्दी होता है कि नहीं होता है, yes, वहाँ पे जल्दी होता है. इंडिया में अगर कोई मैट्रिमोनियल डिस्प्यूट फाइल होगा तो वो चलेगा, आप मान लीजिए 2-3 साल तो आराम से चलेगा, राइट. यूएस में there was a case in California that came to me. The woman was given, the judge had charged, actually judge had imposed extra cost on the, when I say imposed extra cost on the woman, it means कि उसको एक फीस पे करनी थी because उसने ट्रायल को बहुत लंबा चला दिया, 20 दिन चला. 20-day trial is considered excessive. So she was charged money. She was charged by the court to pay extra fees and her maintenance was reduced because the court thought that it was a case of excessive litigation. So they do not believe that trial में लंबे समय तक चलना चाहिए. 20 days was excessive for them. हमारे लिए 2 साल भी excessive नहीं होता, 5 साल भी excessive नहीं होता. So yes, in that sense, courts are more efficient there. Also, courts have this thing, अगर a lawyer is showing up late and not there at the time which has been given, the lawyer in some courts have to pay a fees to the court for wasting the court's time.
So like a fine.
Yes.
So like in Indian courts, do they have the
No,
same?
we don't have that.
Oh, okay.
तो हमारे इसीलिए बहुत adjournments and delays होते हैं, मगर this is good. Excessive litigation की fine होना चाहिए, late आने का fine होना चाहिए.
So मैम very kiddish question, but मैंने जनरली देखा ही यूएस की जो जजमेंट्स होते हैं, इफ दे आर पनिशिंग अ पर्सन, सो उनकी बहुत लंबी लंबी होती है, एज एन लाइक 111 साल के लिए अंदर डाल दिया या समथिंग विच इज एब्सोल्युटली यू नो, मतलब वो रियलिटी सर्कल के अंदर आती ही नहीं है.
I know, that's
So-
there. I've also found it very strange
Yeah.
कि वो 3 charges होंगे, one count में it's for one charge it will be 20 years, for another it's 30, for another it's 50, and then they add it all कि इतने साल का होगा. It's strange.
पॉसिबल ही नहीं है.
हाँ, it's
तो
not possible, so it becomes
how-
more than life, and then the person
Yeah.
is, that's what I said, they stay in the prison for long time. So that is strange, but of course there's no changes happening. I don't see much legal changes happening there in that sense.
Right. So ma'am, cyber crime. Let's talk about cyber crime.
Right.
It has been going crazy. अभी रिसेंटली एक इंस्टाग्राम इन्फ्लुएंसर है, उनको डिजिटल अरेस्ट में रखा गया था फॉर अराउंड 40 hours, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग. So, like, uh, what is your take? Like, how this AI is, which was supposed to help humans, is suddenly just turned to go against humans,
Yeah,
and
the
digital
person,
this
yeah,
arrest is
yeah.
going.
The two things that I would say about this is still AI का whoever the person who invented, I don't remember the name. उनका interview था, I think at the last week of December में था, and he had said something like, he
कि
feels sorry about inventing it, and it's going to be the end of human race, so to say. Secondly, digital arrest and cyber crime के लिए, digital arrest had लास्ट रिपोर्टेड डेटा जो नवंबर का था, अक्टूबर का था, उसमें द डिजिटल अरेस्ट स्कैम इटसेल्फ हैड कॉस्टेड इंडियंस 210 करोड़. ठीक. एंड द फर्स्ट 4 months साइबर क्राइम की रिपोर्टिंग थी अराउंड 3 लाख साइबर क्राइम रिपोर्ट्स होते इन इंडिया. उसके बाद एनसीआरबी डेटा जब आएगा तो पता चलेगा एग्जैक्टली कितना था. हाउ साइबर क्राइम इज इंक्रीजिंग, एंड हो क्या रहा है, इट्स नॉट जस्ट increasing in India, same kind of crimes are being mirrored in different countries. जो डिजिटल अरेस्ट इंडिया में है वैसा ही एक स्कैम यूएस में भी होता है. एंड इट इज जैसे यहाँ पे हम बोलते हैं इन्फोर्समेंट डायरेक्टोरेट से हैं या कुछ से पुलिस से हैं, वहाँ पे बोलते हैं शेरिफ ऑफिस से. दैट स्कैम इज हैपनिंग एंड आई टॉक्ड अबाउट इट रिसेंटली. एनीहाउ द साइबर क्राइम, अनदर थिंग दैट पीपल नीड टू नो अबाउट साइबर क्राइम इज द रीजन इट्स हैपनिंग. और डिजिटल अरेस्ट में क्या होता है, you need to have a strong mind, because part of it, of course, they have your information and everything, but the pressure they put on you, it's a psychological game as well.
Yeah.
And I feel इसकी awareness से ही लोग बचेंगे. अगर किसी के साथ हो रहा है, वो अगर 10 लोगों को बताएंगे, 10 लोग 20 लोगों को बताएंगे, तभी ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को पता चलेगा. I mean, now I feel even because who are the vulnerable groups are the ones who are being targeted, right? तो senior citizens के साथ ज़्यादा ले जा रहे हैं. It's a very interesting thing you need to know about cybercrime. It's the data revealed 30,000 Indians are missing from in India. They are in Southeast Asia in cybercrime compounds doing cyber slavery. 250 इंडियंस वापस आ चुके हैं बाय द गवर्नमेंट इंटरफेरेंस, अभी बहुत मिसिंग है. ठीक. तो साइबर क्राइम हो रहा है बाहर बैठे, साइबर क्राइम कंपाउंड से ज़्यादा हो रहा है, इंडिया के उससे उतना नहीं है मगर हो रहा है, राइट. तो ये जो इंडियंस मिसिंग है, दे आर द यंगर एज ग्रुप, 30 तक की एज के. और जो अटैक हो रहे हैं वो सीनियर सिटीजन या ओल्डर ग्रुप पे हो रहे हैं. सो देयर इज अ ग्रुप व्हिच इज मोर अवेयर, व्हिच डज नॉट फॉल फॉर दीज क्राइम्स एंड स्कैम्स. बट देयर इज अ एज ग्रुप जो मेरी एज से ऊपर वाले होंगे, 40 से ऊपर वाले, जो इसके लिए ज्यादा विक्टिम बन जाते हैं, राइट. एंड कौन विक्टिमाइज कर रहा है, वो है यंगर जनरेशन जो मिस कर रहे हैं. एंड दे आर दीज, इट्स एन ऑर्गेनाइज्ड क्राइम. इसके लिए आई विल जस्ट क्विकली say that the government has included जो न्यू क्रिमिनल लॉज आए हैं उसमें सेक्शंस आए हैं. पहली बार है कि साइबर क्राइम हैज बीन मेंशन्ड इन द न्यू क्रिमिनल लॉज. एंड ऑर्गेनाइज्ड क्राइम से डील करने के लिए सेक्शन आ गया है, सेक्शन 111. सो दीज आर द steps that the government is trying to take. However, the only way we are going to be dealing with cyber crime is to spread awareness. उसके अलावा जागरूकता फैलाने के अलावा कोई विकल्प नहीं बचता है हमारे पास.
इनफैक्ट अभी मुंबई में भी केस हुआ था. देयर वाज दिस अराउंड 80-year-old लेडी, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, एंड उनको उनसे 4 करोड़ ले लिए थे, शोइंग कि वो किसी गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर के लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट्स दिखा के.
Well, I have also received those emails. मेरे पास भी आए हैं, and I'm like, and when I get a call or when I get an email, I really have fun with them because you know that they are trying to scam you.
Yeah. So, ma'am, in one of your TED Talks, you mentioned a dowry case where the victim was burned alive.
Right, yeah.
Like, would you like to talk about it?
Yes, that was, the victim was burnt alive, and it is when, Evidence Act में उसका क्या था कि there was a video recording जिसमें जब वो she was burned and she was being taken to the hospital. तो उसकी video recording थी, audio video recording, where she was saying कि मुझे जलाया, मेरे घर वालों ने जलाया, ये वो. उसमें मुद्दा यह आ रहा था कि will that audio video recording, will it be admissible? Because Indian Evidence Act कहता है कि आपको, it has mentioned 3 लोग जिनके पास आपके एविडेंस हो सकते हैं, इमीडिएट होता है, डॉक्टर होता है, मजिस्ट्रेट होता है, इन सब के. तो उस वक्त ये मुद्दा था कि जो ऑडियो वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग है, will it be admissible? And now in the new criminal laws, electronic evidences are being admissible. ठीक. तो that was one of the cases in my life, मतलब it kind of made me realize कि ठीक है, बिगर मैटर्स हो रहे हैं, सब कुछ है, बट इट्स women, everyday women who are suffering, everyday women in their households are suffering, and their मैट्रिमोनियल डिस्प्यूट्स को नज़रअंदाज किया जाता है इस कंट्री में, मगर उतना है नहीं. एंड नाउ आई रियलाइज दैट इवन मेन आर आल्सो सफरिंग.
So, ma'am, like these are the kind of cases, which just shake you to the core. Like, how do you give them justice कि बंदे को वो भी जिंदा जलाना is a heinous crime. Like, how would you just define it कि भाई एक matrimonial case था, it could have been come under murder also if in my sense. So मतलब आप कैसे उसको justice provide कर पाओगे? क्योंकि even the Chapak movie, I'm assuming you must have seen.
I haven't seen.
So it's a Nirbhaya case only. जब
Okay.
उनके उस पे फेस पे एसिड डाल दिया था when she denied the proposal of someone.
Okay.
So like the movie is all about divorce ki how she gains confidence again, how she presents herself in the society after whatever happened with her. So how would you provide the justice which actually gives them this sense of security कि हाँ अभी शायद नहीं होगा and ये आगे भी किसी के साथ नहीं हो सकता, क्योंकि in a lot of cases I feel, and especially the Kolkata rape case also, बहुत चीज़ें हो रही हैं.
See, I'll tell you, आगे किसी के साथ नहीं होगा. डिफरेंट केसेस, रेप केसेस अलग हैं, डोमेस्टिक अब्यूज़ अलग हुआ, पॉश अलग हुआ जो कॉर्पोरेट्स में होता है, सेक्सुअल अब्यूज़ इन वर्क प्लेसेस. सो द वन थिंग दैट हेल्प्स इज everybody has to share their story so that it is not considered as an isolated incident. More people are aware, more people are stronger. Women have to stand with each other, men have to stand with each other, and they have to stand for women also, because women empowerment cannot happen without half of the population supporting them, which is men. ठीक, at the end of the day gender equity पे ही ये बात आ जाती है कि, और फिर मुझे लोग कहते हैं कि हाँ अगर वर्क प्लेस में 50% women होंगी तो ये कम होगा. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि वर्क प्लेस में 50% women होंगी तो कम होगा. होता क्या है कि वो जो 50% वुमेन होती है उसमें से 30% बोलेंगे अरे हो गया तो कोई बात नहीं, तुम चुप हो जाओ. तो ये जो चुप रहने का है ये नहीं होना चाहिए. एक हमारे यूपी में निर्भया केस के बाद आया था 1090, which was a women support helpline. ठीक, तो उसमें एक टैगलाइन थी, चुप्पी तोड़ो खुल के बोलो.
जी.
ठीक, तो दैट इज व्हाट इज नीडेड. पीपल हैव टू स्टॉप कीपिंग इट टू देमसेल्व्स. अगर किसी के साथ कोई भी हो रहा है, डोमेस्टिक अब्यूज़ हो रहा है, पॉश हो रहा है या सेक्सुअल अब्यूज़ हो रहा है, तो उसको जितना लोग शेयर करते हैं दूसरे से कि तो दूसरे को लगेगा इनके साथ हो रहा है, मेरे साथ भी हो रहा है, इन्होंने ऐसा किया मैं भी ऐसा करूँगी. बिकॉज आई हैव कम अक्रॉस वुमेन हु कम एज वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग बट दे कम फ्रॉम अ बैकग्राउंड ऑफ डोमेस्टिक अब्यूज़, और पता भी नहीं चलेगा उनको देख के कि उनके साथ कुछ हो रहा है.
So coming to that, I feel कि फेमिनिज्म हर किसी के लिए अलग अलग चीज़ें मीन करता है. Don't get me wrong, but for people who people who have like how do you say this, not financially well, वो ज़्यादा इन केसेस को लेके बात नहीं करते in comparison to women who are well financially stable. Like how do you say this, जिनका लोअर इनकम ग्रुप्स में जो आते हैं वो इन सब के बारे में ज़्यादा बात नहीं करते, या फिर उनके साथ कुछ हुआ हो तो उसके बारे में फाइल नहीं करते केस वगैरह. एंड जहाँ पे women who are stable तो वो ज़्यादा करती हैं and financially
I
stable.
totally agree with you.
So why do you think कि
Because see, the basic reason for this is कि financial stability gives you a voice. It gives you freedom to speak. You have a cushion to land on when you're standing in a place. और हमने ये देखा है कि rights violate सबसे ज़्यादा होते हैं लोगों पे. ठीक, तो क्यों होते हैं? क्योंकि लगता है कि दूसरा बंदा सोचेगा कि उनको एक्सप्लॉइट कर सकते हैं, उनकी जुबान नहीं है, उनके पास राइट नहीं है, उनको अधिकार नहीं है. ठीक, और ये तो एक हो गया कि उनकी जुबान नहीं है. दूसरा, दे ऑल्सो इग्नोर एंड एक्सेप्ट थिंग्स. वो एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं कि हमें ऐसे ही ट्रीट किया जाएगा, या वो बहुत सी बातों पे चुप रह जाते हैं क्योंकि उनको लगता है कि अगर हम बोलेंगे तो जो मैं काम अभी कर रही हूँ मैं वो भी नहीं कर पाऊंगी. राइट, और अगर
लाइक फैमिली क्या सोचेगी,
मैं बाहर जाके काम नहीं कर पाऊंगी तो चुप रहती हूँ, मैं सह लूँगी. ठीक. सेकेंडली, अगर आप देखें कि आप क्यों डिवोर्सेस ज़्यादा हो रहे हैं, मुझसे किसी ने ये बात पूछी थी. लेट मी से, बिकॉज पहले लोग डोमेस्टिक अब्यूज़ झेल लेते थे, उनको वो फाइनेंशियली स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं होती थी लेडीज़, वो अपने घर में ही, ठीक है इसके साथ शादी हुई, मैं इसी के साथ रहूँगी क्योंकि मेरे पास घर वापस जाने का, फैमिली के पास वापस जाने का ऑप्शन नहीं है. अब वो नहीं है. नाउ दे फाइनेंशियली स्ट्रॉन्ग, दे नो कि मैं किसी तरह अपने को कमा के रह लूँगी. आई डोंट नीड टू स्टे इन अ डोमेस्टिक अब्यूजिव रिलेशनशिप. राइट. तो यू आर राइट. There is an economic cost to everything, even to our rights, to our confidence, to our self-esteem.
So, as you just said about the divorce cases, do you think ki since women, are getting open up about their abusive relationships and they are ending their marriages, see every coin has two sides. So, do you think ki women, they're like कि अगर थोड़ी सी भी कुछ खराब हुआ ना रिलेशनशिप में, they're like नहीं चलो डिवोर्स, या फिर they just
I would,
head towards it.
I personally feel, based upon a lot of things that I see, a lot of divorced people come for divorcing over petty issues. ठीक है. एक बार काउंसलिंग कर ले, एक बार कपल्स काउंसलिंग में चले जाए, बिकॉज टॉलरेंस कम होता जा रहा है, और बहुत से पेटी इश्यूज के लिए इंसान को you have to see, it's a both ways. I would not say that you need to tolerate abuse, but if it's not an abuse and it's just a petty issue, you can also iron over your problems or work a way around and accept each other. ठीक. क्योंकि दो चीज़ें होती हैं. आजकल टॉलरेंस कम जो हो रहा है उसके चक्कर में डिवोर्स रेट्स और भी बढ़ रहे हैं. But having said that, I would say yes, work and see if it works. If it doesn't work, and if you think it's abusive and it's just not working, there's there are damages that you cannot work together, part ways. It's to each their own. There's no hard and fast rule for it.
Right. So since Indian government has allowed live-in relationships, have you ever come across a case of any abuse or anything about the live-in relationship?
Yes, a lot of them I've come across. बहुत से तो reported ही थे जहाँ पे कि murders हुए हैं, right? And I have also spoken about it. And this is one thing I would again bring to knowledge is कि most of femicide या killing happens by your the partner who's very close to you. It could be a husband, it could be a person with whom you're in a live-in relationship. And in fact, murders भी है. एक रिपोर्ट आती है यूएस में अबाउट वायलेंस अगेंस्ट वुमेन की. तो उसमें ये रिपोर्ट करते हैं कि कितने अब्यूजिव केसेस में लिव इन रिलेशनशिप में थे जिसमें कि बाद में मर्डर हुआ है या होमिसाइड्स वाले केसेस जो थे. तो having said that, I would again say, and this is where I'll come back to the rights, since you mentioned live in relationship, अगर you're suffering from abuse, any kind of domestic violence, तो उसको जैसे भी जब भी हम कभी कोई होमिसाइड का केस होता है तो हम उसको जब ट्रेस बैक करते हैं तो उसमें कोई ना कोई डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस का इंसिडेंट बहुत ही छोटा रहा होगा मगर था. ठीक है. तो कोई भी डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस का इंसिडेंट होता है उसको आप इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज यू नेवर नो व्हेन अ पर्सन ईदर ही हैड अ क्रिमिनल माइंड और व्हेन ही माइट जस्ट लूज हिज काम इन अ मोमेंट एंड डू समथिंग. सो इंडिया डज नॉट हैव दैट रिपोर्ट दैट काइंड, बट वी हैव डिफरेंट रिपोर्ट्स. मगर ये सब चीज़ें जब दूसरी जगह से हम बोरो करते हैं तो हमें इसे इग्नोर नहीं करना चाहिए. And one of the chief reasons why more women are killed is not just in India, abroad also. A lot of them are killed for this reason itself.
So, personally, being a lawyer, what kind of cases do you like to handle more? Like, कि अगर आपके पास options हो.
Being a lawyer, one of a lawyers I respect a lot, he said to me was, किसी केस को मना नहीं करना चाहिए starting. You have to learn, you have to do everything, and that's how you do. But yeah, there are cases where I feel कि इंसान unnecessary litigation कर रहा है तो I would tell them please मत करो, just go to mediation, go to arbitration, get it resolved, because you don't want to burden the judiciary. It's already overburdened, and the people who actually need their cases to be resolved faster need to overburden it. उसके चक्कर में उनका नहीं हो पाता है.
True. So, ma'am, since you have a daughter, as you mentioned, is she planning to pursue law?
No, she has no interest in law as yet, and we do not want to push that on her. She's very vocal about human rights, women's rights. She's very empowered. She's 16. She studies in US now in high school.
Mhm.
She wants to go into public policy and international relations and things
Right.
like that, and each their own. I don't want her to be told what to do, to
Mhm.
find her own path. Magar, I've always said to her, please have a basic knowledge of law and your rights. That's most important.
Both of the parents are law, so you must know.
No, my husband is not a lawyer. In fact,
Oh.
he's an artist. मेरे ऑफिस में वो लेडी जस्टिस का स्टैचू है, that's made by him.
Oh, okay, fancy. So, when people, you know, in India or abroad, obviously, whoever is pursuing law or is thinking of pursuing law, what kind of tips or advice you would like to give them?
See, law is definitely a part of law. Great struggle. Starting में struggle है. India में कर रहे हैं, बाहर कर रहे हैं. It's a journalist mistress. You have to give it your all. But it has great rewards in terms of how you feel at the end of the day after doing your cases. It's rewarding, and personally also it's rewarding, but it needs a lot of effort and work. And after studying law, I would say law, it's not your only option कि आपको litigation में जाना है या corporate law में जाना है. You can go into public policy, you can go work with non-profits, you can join politics, you can go and teach. You can work for human rights. There's a lot a person can do with the knowledge of law. So those who are choosing, it is not that you have to be in a uniform and practice. There's so much you can do to bring social changes in the world.
So, ma'am, last question. So, but don't kill me for this. So, before going for journalism, I am a journalism graduate. So we were having this conversation in my family. So मेरी मामी वगैरह बैठे हुए थे. तो I just coined it कि मैं law कर लूँ. मैंने बस एक चीज़ बोली थी. So my मामा, one of my mamas is an advocate है. So and मैंने बस ऐसी बात बोली थी, तो मेरी मामी ने कहा मुझे कि स्वामी लॉ मत करियो, लॉयर्स झूठ बहुत बोलते हैं. आई एम सो सॉरी बट सो एंड मैं थोड़ी देर के लिए शांत हो गई. मैं कहा अच्छा. So do you think that's true in any
No, I don't
sense?
think that. You know, I don't know why they
Look,
always say that they do.
हाँ.
But let's just say कि अच्छा कि कोई आर्ग्यूमेंट हो रहा है तो उसमें हर इंसान अपनी साइड लेता है,
हाँ,
right?
true.
तो मैं अपने सच के साथ हूँ, आप अपने सच के साथ हो, तो झूठ बोलना नहीं हुआ. It's just more sticking to my part of the story and my facts and not
Yeah.
accepting yours.
Yeah.
So that is not
It's
technically
like
lying.
6-9 situation.
Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
say is 6, my what is
Yeah,
6-9.
so it's not technically lying.
Right.
Yeah.
So we shall end this podcast. So
Thank
how
you
did
so
you like it?
It's just amazing, and I think you're doing great by bringing people from different areas और उनकी knowledge दूसरों के पास जा रही है. Because as I said and I always say, for me awareness, जागरूकता is the most important thing, and that is how society comes up,
Right.
by education only.
Yeah. So
I wish you all very well.
thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.